Hello students, welcome back to Science Capsule, a perfect self-learning tool. We are learning the chapter carbon and its compounds, and so far we have completed 4 episodes. This is episode number 5. In this episode we are going to learn about heteroatom, heterogroup and functional group, one of the most important and interesting video too. So let us start today's episode. So from the previous episodes we have a clear idea about what is a hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon is a carbon compound which is made up of carbon and hydrogen only. The lower member of the hydrocarbon, we call it as methane, right? This we have also studied in the previous episode. So from this we can understand that carbon can make bond with hydrogen. Carbon can also make bond with the other carbon atom, which we have studied in catenation. Dear students, apart from hydrogen, carbon can also make bond with other elements such as oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, other elements such as chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine. Together we call it as a halogen. So we can understand that apart from hydrogen, carbon can make bond with oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur and halogens too. The hydrogen present in the hydrocarbon can be replaced by these elements. The element which replaces hydrogen from the hydrocarbon is what we call heteroatom. And the heteroatoms may be present in groups, we call it as a heterogroup. Dear students, you should know that irrespective of number of carbon atoms in the hydrocarbon, their chemical properties remain same. Suppose if any one of the heteroatom or a heterogroup enters into a particular hydrocarbon by replacing hydrogen atom, then the entire property of the hydrocarbon will be changed. For example, here this is methane, which will have 4 hydrogen atoms. By replacing one of the hydrogen atom, if any other heteroatom or heterogroup enters, say for example here chlorine atom replaces this hydrogen atom, then the entire chemical property will be changed. Here this compound won't show the chemical property of a hydrocarbon, rather it shows the chemical property of chlorine. If in the same compound, in place of hydrogen, if bromine replaces hydrogen, the chemical property of this compound will be property of the bromine, not the property of a hydrocarbon. So we can understand that whether it is a heteroatom or a heterogroup, when enters into a hydrocarbon, then it entirely changes the chemical property and establishes the behavior of the heteroatom itself. So the atom or the group of atom which replaces hydrogen from the hydrocarbon, we call it as functional group. The heteroatom or heterogroup is called functional group because upon replacing hydrogen from hydrocarbon, the entire chemical property is the chemical property of the heteroatom or the heterogroup. So the heteroatom or the heterogroup is also known as functional group. Let us see what are all the functional groups to be studied in class 10th. Dear students, as far as class 10th is concerned, these are the few functional groups we need to study. Let us find out the formula of the functional groups. First one is a halogen. Under halogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine. Let us see the formula of the functional groups or the heteroatoms. If it is fluorine, then we have to make a line and the symbol fluorine. For chlorine, we have to write like this. For bromine, a line and its symbol. Here the line indicates the free valency, or with this line hydrogen atom needs to be replaced. So here the line indicates the free valency. Free valency, which means one valency will be fulfilled if it replaces one hydrogen atom. Got it? Next one is alcohol. Its molecular formula would be a line followed by O and H. So this is the formula of alcohol. And aldehyde, line C above double bond O and H. See here, this is the functional group or heterogroup we see. So alcohol also heterogroup because group of atoms are combined and a free valency is attached. Here also a free valency and a group of atoms collectively have a line, that is free valency. So this is the formula of aldehyde. Next one is ketone. For ketone we have to make a line C double bond O and a line. Here in ketone we can see two lines, or we can say two bonds, which means this ketone group will be connected to two different carbon atoms, whereas halogen, alcohol, aldehyde, these can be connected to a single carbon atom, but ketone cannot connect to a single carbon atom because it has got two lines which indicates the ketone group should be connected to or bonded to two different carbon atoms. So we will learn all those things in nomenclature of carbon compounds. For now you just understand the molecular formula of the functional groups. Next one is carboxylic acid. The molecular formula would be a line followed by this carbon, here double bond, here OH. See here in alcohol a line and OH, here also we have OH, but this OH is attached to a carbon which carries a double bond O, right? So this is the formula of carboxylic acid. Dear students, name of the functional groups and their symbols are given in your textbook at page number 66. Go through and by heart all those things. In the coming section we will be learning how these functional groups are used in carbon compounds, how these are named. So that's all we have in today's episode. See you all on next episode. Bye bye.